Now this is twice in a row.
Yep.
And so, and this time we got a super majority. And, but even our conservative governments here have been pretty left. And it hasn't been really until now that they've really kind of started to talk again about natural resource development, minerals, getting back to actually accessing the things that we have in this province. And a lot of it's because of this environmental fear. We've had a couple of projects in our province, like Montague Gold Mines, Boat Harbor, where that was from the pulp and paper mill, where they just dumped it next to the native reserve. And then also like the Sydney tar ponds. Like there's a couple really notable examples where the environment has just kind of been just abused. And I think that people recognize that, and it lives very much within their living memory. And so people are very, very worried environmentally.
They're worried about it. Well, I have to say, first of all, I love the Maritimes. I love Nova Scotians. And I'm part Newfie, obviously being a Tucker. My dad was born in Bell Island. I went to Acadia University. I mentioned that to you before. I wanted to settle out there. But to settle, to put the Maritimers' mind at ease, if we're judging, or if we're saying climate change is due to emissions, and if we're judged on that, Canada accounts for 1.5% of all global emissions. If that's the standard, the highest and number one being China at over 30%. So think about that, 1% or 1.5. So we are not the problem. And I have had a couple of arguments from people on the other side going, well, but per capita and the people, and, if you condense into the area and they make all these, things up, like, yeah, but, per capita, we're actually higher. The number is the number, if that's what we're going by. And you can look on the Global Carbon Atlas, which is their Bible, interestingly funded by BNP Paribas, which is connected to Mark Carney. That's that is the part of the Net Zero Alliance. Okay, everybody's pulled out of that stuff. But 1.5%, we are not the problem. Like, citizens should not be paying a tax for emissions. It's right there. It's if that's their standard, measuring our emissions, then we're good. We have been. I compared even Harper's years, our emissions on the Global Carbon Atlas, to Trudeau's years. It has hardly moved a blip. We've stayed exactly the same near the bottom among all countries. So Nova Scotians have nothing to fear, and Pierre's not the boogeyman. He's gonna pro resources.